Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Cooking Time with Eric. And now, your host, Eric.
Hi, and welcome back to Cooking Time with Eric. Today's edition is a special lunch edition. Due to some more unforeseen circumstances, I've been pushed back to lunch. Dinner will be done by someone else tonight. This week, we have a special dish, one of my favorites, one of the easiest dishes in the world, but one of the most delicious if you do it right. Today, I am making a grilled cheese sandwich. And very simply, for today's ingredients, I will be using 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I'm going to be using 2 slices of Gouda cheese. The cheese that I'm using is the Dauphino brand Gouda. You could get it at Costco. The butter you can get at any local supermarket. For my bread, the bread is what really makes your sandwiches the best. The better quality the bread, the better the sandwich. But today I'm going to be using a simple a country oven honey oatberry bread. I like the flavor of this one, but it's not that high quality, but still makes a pretty good sandwich. I have 4 slices of bread, 2 slices of cheese, and 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to be making two sandwiches today, but I will be showing one. For my grilled cheese sandwiches, what I do to really spice it up and make it really good is I add some herbs in there. I do tarragon. I have a big pinch of tarragon. I crushed it up, put it in here. Here's my dish. I have a nice big pinch of fresh cracked ground pepper. And for fresh cracked ground pepper, you got your pepper mill. Put peppercorns. Pretty simple. Grind it up. And I have a nice big pinch of salt in there. And I'm going to be sprinkling that on the bread later. So we'll be back with the next step, folks. Alright, folks, welcome back. We're going to get ready with the next step, which is going to be moving on to the cooking phase. I have my pan here. It's non-stick. It's good for making grilled cheeses. When you make a grilled cheese sandwich, or any grilled sandwich for that matter, you want to make it as non-stick as possible. If your pan is a little rough, you can add some oil, spread it around, or just non-stick spray. It works as well. What I had done while the camera was not watching is I took my bread slices. I took my butter. Now, with the butter, you want to make sure that it's somewhat softened. It makes it easier to spread. If not, your bread is gonna kind of like crumble, and that's fine too. It's still gonna cook. But I have all 4 slices like this set up. It's easy if you do it this way because it makes the cooking step faster. But what I'm gonna do now is my pan is still heating up a bit. And another thing with the pan, you want to make sure it's as low as possible. Otherwise, it will burn. So I'm gonna take my herbs and my salt and pepper, and I'm going to sprinkle it over the bread, just like this. Get it as even as possible. This is what really makes the sandwich right here. I experimented one time a while back with this just to see how it could make my grilled cheeses taste better. And I don't know if grilled cheese is a word, but I'm using it. I started off with just salt. Then I had done a little bit of pepper with the salt. That tasted good. And then I went into the spice cabinet and said, let's see what else I have. And I found some tarragon. Tarragon's a pretty good herb. I like it a lot. And threw that in there, and it was the most amazing thing I ever tasted. So after that, I'm pretty sure the pan should be ready. You just take 1 slice. Throw it down. You hear that sizzle? Throw your cheese down in whatever orientation. You can do it square or you can do it diamond like that, depending on how you want to cook it. I'm going to do mine square. Throw another slice on like that and just let it cook. And we'll be back with the finishing step once the grilled cheese is done. Alright, folks, so as you see, we had our grilled cheese down. It's still cooking. It really doesn't take that long. It's only been like 5 seconds since I put it down. But for grilled cheese to be completely finished, you want the cheese to be melted. So with each side, you want to take, if you have a lid, however you can, take a lid, throw it down right there, maybe leave it 15 seconds because it cooks really quickly. Again, you want to have your fire low in order for it to not burn. So you leave it about 15 seconds with the lid, like that. Kind of keep an eye on your sides, make sure they're not burning. Flip it over, and you see that beautiful golden crust. Throw the lid on there again, And again, the non-stick surface is good. It'll keep your grilled cheese from sticking. You can move it around. You could even do a flip trick if you're good at it. I'm not gonna go to flipping today. But again, the melted cheese is what makes the grilled cheese. Same thing if you're making a quesadilla or anything else with melted cheese, a melted ham and cheese. And yeah, as another comment, if you do like meat in your foods, if you're more of a carnivore, go ahead, throw some ham in there. If you have leftover steak from yesterday, throw some steak in there. That really makes it good as well. Another good way of making grilled cheeses is using a panini. And it looks like it should be done. Let's just put it on our plate here. Cheese is all melty. It's looking good. Cut the heat. And we're ready to eat.